Palestinian Jordan Valley runs adjacent to the Jordan River. Starting at the Dead Sea, it extends approximately 70 kilometers north to the border with Israel. While settlers in the region have direct access to 50% of the land and indirect access to another 39% of the land, Palestinians in the region, which are 5 times more than settlers, are forced to live on approximately 6% of the land. Although there are currently 6 times more Palestinians than Israeli settlers in the Jordan Valley, the living standards of the latter group are vastly superior. While the Israeli settlers benefit from generous aid from the Israeli government, in 95% of the Jordan Valley, Palestinians are nearly completely prevented from any sort of development. Despite being against international law, the funding of these settlements in the occupied Palestinian territories by Israel and various independent organizations has been and continues to be a major reason for the success of these illegal communities. In the education sector, Israeli settlements receive more assistance from the Israeli government than Palestinians in Area C or Israelis living in Israel proper, as nearly as 95% of the Jordan Valley is designated as Area C, and thus under Israeli military control. The PNA is unable to provide any sort of substantial educational assistance to these areas, which means a high number of Palestinians are denied their basic rights of education. Water perhaps is the most vital resource in the Jordan Valley. While there is ample water in underground aquifers, natural streams, and the Jordan River, Israel holds complete control over the allocation of water, a practice which has become undeniably discriminatory. Israeli settlers in the Jordan Valley have no shortages of services. This is because the settlements are all connected to modern water, electrical, and communication networks. Israeli settlements receive ample supplies of water from the Israeli national water carrier. 42% of Palestinians in the Jordan Valley depend on agriculture or animal husbandry as their main source of income. Without water, both of these professions would disappear. Palestinians in the Jordan Valley face numerous obstacles involving the constructions of private buildings. Similar to the construction of schools and water structures, Palestinians are required to attain proper Israeli permits, which are almost impossible to obtain from the Israeli authorities. Palestinians in Area C of the Jordan Valley risk the demolition of any structure built without a permit. 31% of Jordan Valley Palestinians have been either temporarily or permanently displaced, at least once since 2000 as a direct result of military Israeli orders or house demolitions. In contrast, the Israeli settlers in the Jordan Valley have access to large swaths of land for housing and agriculture, and despite the hardships imposed on Palestinians due to the Israeli restriction of movement and water, recently Israel has doubled the land available to Israeli settlers in the Jordan Valley. The Israeli government has also facilitated settlement expansion. Israeli restrictions considerably limit Palestinian access to healthcare. The closest hospitals are located in Jericho or Nablus. The Jericho Hospital is in the south of the Jordan Valley and far from many Palestinian villages, while access to the Nablus Hospital is severed by the Hamra checkpoint. The clinics in the settlements, on the other hand, are officially part of the Israeli healthcare system and are open 5.5 days a week. Every clinic is supplied with the necessary equipment and proper technology to treat people for the majority of illnesses. Unlike the facility in Izbidat, the settlers are allowed to choose the best location for their clinic instead of turning to a dilapidated structure out of necessity.